So here is the estimate that I got. The estimate is between $880 and $1,080. All day yesterday, the car turned off just fine. I am now driving the car alone, and let's see if it turns off. It did! I'm so happy I don't have to open the hood. This should be sufficient for preventing New Moon from peeing in the car. As you can see, her tumor has grown significantly. I am now taking her to another veterinarian for a second opinion about whether or not it can be removed. Look, there's another Mercedes right in front of me. I'm driving to the vet's office and I just got a frantic phone call from my boyfriend. He said that the landlord and the property manager are at our secondary house asking how soon we're gonna move out because they have somebody who wants to move in on Wednesday. When he said Wednesday, my brain like stopped working for a minute. And then I was like, Wednesday, it's Thursday, that's 6 days from now. No, we're not gonna be moving out in 6 days. We were about to give him a check to stay there another 2 weeks. I really hope we don't have to move out in 6 days. I don't think he can make us move out in 6 days because we've been staying there for a few months now. So I think by law he'd have to give us 1 month notice. But I don't know if he believes in following the laws. He might say, get out in 6 days. Someone else is moving in on Wednesday. It is now time to come out of the cat carrier and be examined by the veterinarian. I guess it is. Let me get a close-up of your paw. She doesn't want me to mess with it at all. She's like, look at that. It is so creepy looking. She's like, what are you doing to me? Wow. The good news is she has gained weight. She was only like 5.5 pounds, like a month ago. The bad news is it may be very difficult or impossible to remove that tumor. So here is the estimate that I got. The estimate is between $880 and $1,080. I would have to spend the $1,080 because that includes having her growth biopsied, and it does need to be biopsied. See that? The biopsy is $200 by itself. The vet said...
Yeah. I have to wash my face.
Okay. The vet said that I might not want to have her tumor removed. I might just want to let her live with it until she dies or until it starts like bleeding and stuff and becomes hazardous, and then have her put down, or until it's causing her pain and then basically have her put down, or I could have the surgery done and it might take like a few months for the wound to heal after they remove the tumor. The vet was concerned she might have other tumors inside her body somewhere, He wants to do x-rays to make sure that she doesn't before trying to remove the one on her paw surgically. He said if the one on her paw is the only tumor, then he would recommend trying to remove it. But if there's other tumors inside her body, it basically would be pointless to remove the one on her paw, because it would mean that she has cancer that's like spread throughout her body to her other organs. So I decided I do want to try to remove the tumor. I don't want to just give up on her and say, oh well, it's going to kill her anyway, so let's just let her die. I want to try to save her life. She could live for 10 more years without that tumor. So I made an appointment for November 13th to have her tumor removed. It's going to cost $1,085.50 approximately. That gives me about 3 weeks to raise the money. I calculated I would have to raise just over $50 per day. So I'm hoping people will donate money to remove the tumor from New Moon's paw and hopefully save her life. For now, New Moon is in my living room at my house with my other cats. I had been planning to bring her over to my secondary house, the house that I'm renting, while my own house is getting repaired. But now that the landlord might want us to move out in less than a week, I decided not to bring her over there just yet until I know what the situation is. If they're really going to force us to move out in less than a week, I'm obviously not going to start bringing more cats over there. But if we're going to be renting for 2 more weeks or more, which was what I thought was going to happen, then I'm going to start to bring many more things over there. Not just another cat or two, but like some furniture, maybe even a dishwasher. In the last few hours since I took New Moon to the vet, I have not found the very important items that I am missing that I need to find, because I started to go through boxes of stuff that had been in my house when the plumbers first came in July and started ripping out all of the drywall with mold out of my bathroom, and I had an allergic reaction to the moldy dust on the boxes of stuff I was organizing. So I stopped organizing boxes of stuff, and I hung out with my cats for a few hours instead. My cats now have clean bedding and food, and Catherine no longer has a cold or an eye infection. The medicine I gave her worked. Here's Marley. There's Dylan. There's Chester. There's Roundabout. There's Jason. I gave them all food and water, and the kittens are starting to come out and explore. I hear a growl. Oh, I think they're growling because of the kittens. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure why they're growling. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's because they're not used to the kittens. It's like having new cats in here. Oh wow, my kitten went underneath. Wombat's like, where'd my kitten go? And Levitza and Roundabout are like, what is this? Another cat in our territory? We have to hiss at it. And while Wombat is distracted looking for her kitten, Fluffhead Jr. is going to sneak into the cage and eat the kitten food. Wombat's like, where's my kitten? I'm going to rescue my kitten from the growling cats. I had to retrieve a kitten. Both kittens are now safely back in the cage with Wombat. But you can't see the other one. Oh, there it is. Anyway, now that I have hung out with the cats for a few hours, I am now going to say goodbye to Autocar, who's waiting at the door, ready to try to prevent me from leaving. Hi, auto car. It's Snowball. Bye, Snowball. I love you. And I'm going to go back to my secondary house. Aww. It's just hard for me to leave them because they miss me so much. And I miss them so much too. Bye, Molly. Goodbye, New Moon. As you can see, New Moon has a clean blanket and a full dish of canned cat food and distilled water and a clean litter box with pretty litter in it. And I'm going to close this door so New Moon can eat her food and drink her water and use the litter box without being disturbed by the other cats. Other car's looking at me with these sad eyes. I'm gonna pet him one last time before leaving. And then I'm gonna pet Betsy. And Levitsa, what are you smelling, Levitsa? And roundabout. And I will call one more time and then I'm gonna leave. After I pet Shy Guy and Donald. Can't forget about Donald. They know it's the goodbye before I leave petting. That's why they're all coming up and rubbing on me. Especially Auto Car. Alright, cats, goodbye for now. I'll see you later. On tonight or tomorrow. I'm about to leave, and a cat is meowing at me. But I have already fed the cat. I think the cat wants attention, but is afraid of me and running away when I approach. I am now in my car, getting ready to leave, but I'm having a problem starting the car.
You have to let it sit for a second.
No, it's not starting.
You have to let it sit for a second before you try to start it.
I did. The glow plugs aren't working. It's not making the beep. It's not starting! The car finally started after several tries, and you know, every single time that I turned it off today, it turned off just fine. But then, of course, when I go to start it, it didn't start. We are now driving back to my secondary house, looking at what appears to be a beautiful sunset. Although after what I saw in the sky last night, I'm wondering if these are natural clouds. Probably not. Dinner is done.
Is it plated?
No, but it's done. It's just a quick dinner. Beans with onion, burgers which shrunk down to the size of meatballs, and instant rice. Sorry I didn't clean the stove. I'm afraid to clean this stove after what happened the last time. It made the pilot light stop working for a day or two. I was gonna clean it really well before we moved out. That may be happening sooner than we planned. So would you like to tell me what the landlord said?
They knocked on the door. They acted like they didn't really want to, but they did it anyways because he was getting messages on Airbnb saying people wanted to rent this room or rent this house on Wednesday.
Which is 6 days from now.
Yeah.
So hopefully you told him we're not going to be moving out in 6 days.
Yeah. We've got to get our house done. He's wanting his house back and I'm wanting my house back.
I'm going to have to talk to him
Yes,
tomorrow.
Absolutely. Make it go in the mouth.
There it is. Our quick dinner. This is my secondary house, the house I'm renting temporarily while my house gets fixed up. I turned the lights on to get you a better video, but as you can see, everyone fell asleep or is falling asleep right there on the couch. I'm gonna be very quiet and leave the lights off so I don't wake her up. But this is the house, and I have two of my cats here, as you can see. Hi there, cats. There's the bathroom. It's a little bit small, but hey, it works. It's not a very big house, but it's nice. And look, everyone finally fell asleep. Now I can move her to the bassinet. We are having a problem. The problem is the pilot light has gone out on the heater. Luckily, my boyfriend was able to light the pilot light and get the heater to turn back on. Everyone was waking up because it was getting cold in here, but as soon as the heat came back on, she fell back to sleep. For a minute, I was considering making an emergency late night trip to my house to get electric heaters from my house, or a trip to a store to buy electric heaters if a store that sells electric heaters is even open at this hour. I'm also having another problem. I'm going to walk into the kitchen and show you what that problem is. In the kitchen, where it's light enough to see it. A filling fell out of my tooth. See that? I now have to make an emergency trip to the dentist. I already have to go to the dentist. I haven't gone because I've been putting it off because even with my insurance, it's going to cost hundreds of dollars for each filling I need, but I really need these two teeth here fixed really badly. But they've been like that for a very long time. And they don't hurt, even though it looks terrible. This is incredibly painful. It actually fell out while I was eating a piece of my father's leftover birthday cake. And the minute that the sugary cake frosting hit it, I almost screamed. I'm going to turn off this light now because everyone is waking up again. I might go to sleep very soon, so if I don't record anymore tonight, good night. I hope that people will donate to both my GoFundMe pages. The one for New Moon's vet care, because New Moon needs your help. And the one for my emergency housing and home repairs, because I also need your help, people.